doing today? Welcome to Admission and Scholarship Hacks Masterclass. Today we'll be talking about how to fund your education. You will agree with me that finding a way to fund your education is one of the most important things you have to sort out when you are thinking of going abroad to study. And it is different for different persons. However, we're going to explore the options that people usually use. So, of course, the number one option is personal finance, right? Some people actually have the money to pay for their school fees abroad, and you may just be one of them. I want to tell you that you are very lucky if this is your situation. What that just means is that all you just need to worry about is how to find your admission, and you go ahead and pay the school fees, right? But I also know that even people who can pay their school fees abroad, also they are looking for something reasonable to pay. It's not that, oh, you can pay your school fees, you want to pay $100,000 immediately, right? No, you want something that is reasonable for you, something that is that is affordable. So personal finance is definitely one way to take care of your study abroad bills. Now the next one is family and friends. Some people have their dad, their mom, their aunties or uncles actually support them on the study abroad journey. As such, they are just very similar to the people that are paying by themselves through personal finance, right? Because again, your biggest headache is finding admission in the right school with an affordable price, and then you're good to go. However, there are people that their own way of funding it is going to be through their workplace. Some workplace actually have provision for workers that want to go abroad to study. I remember a friend, she was a lecturer in one of the universities, and the university have this a special fund for lecturers who want to, say, go abroad to do their masters or go abroad to do their PhD. A lot of schools have that opportunity, right? And even some workplace. I've seen friends that there was this Ghanaian friend of mine who was working as a doctor in one in a company. I think it's a mining company, and I remember they sent him abroad to a very expensive school in the UK, that's United Kingdom, where he went for his masters. So you can actually get funding from your workplace to fund your study abroad dreams. Is this your situation, or do you think the place you are working can actually fund your education? Who knows? Speak to the people in charge, speak to your human resource personnel. They may just tell you that something like that exists. Okay, now the four next ones are the major ones I'll be focusing on throughout this masterclass, okay? And that includes invincible scholarship, partial scholarship, full scholarship, or loan. These are some of the ways you can fund your study abroad, especially if personal finance, family and friends, or workplace scholarship isn't an option for you, right? So pay attention right there, okay? So let's start with invincible scholarship. I know you want to know what it is, right? I know I've explained it before, but I'm going to explain it again. Invincible scholarship is the type of scholarship where there is actually no scholarship written on, let's say, the admission you are getting or on the website. However, the school fees is so low that it seems like you got a scholarship, right? So let me give you an example. A client of mine got an MBA that was $5,000 something dollars. Usually regular MBAs are within that range of $21,000, $35,000 and above, but paying less than $6,000, and this is Canadian dollars, not even US dollars. Paying less than 6,000 Canadian dollars for an MBA is this person is actually in a better situation. There are many people that got, say, MBA of $35,000 and then maybe got partial scholarship. You see? And there are many ways for you to find schools that actually offer good programs, good schools, but the tuition are really very, very low and affordable. Because someone who is going abroad to study and looking for a way to finance it, that may just be your leeway, right? That may just be your way out. And how do you actually go about finding invincible scholarship? So you can do it the manual method, or you can make use of a software. So the manual method means that all the schools that you search through. Remember, you started with your C list, 100 schools. Then you move to your B list, which is above 20 something, above 20 schools, right? Then you come down to your C list. However, if you take a look at your B list of schools, B list are those schools that offer your program, right? If and we said when you are doing your school search, write down the tuition of the school. So you can actually manually rank this tuition from the different schools. Rank them. So it's like, okay, if one is $15,000 and the other one is $16,000, the one that is $16,000 comes on top, right? And if one is $14,000, then it goes below. So you rank it according to either in increasing order or decreasing order. So at the end of the day, you are actually going to find the school that is offering the program that you like, but that has the lowest tuition. That's one way to do it, the manual way. And just like you can imagine, the manual way is less effective than technology enhanced one, right? Okay, so my favorite software for finding very, very, very low tuition schools is what? Applyboard.com. Okay, so when you are using www.applyboard.com, as you can see on the screen, Applyboard has the ability to find the different schools, provided that school is on the site to find the different schools that offer by tuition. So Applyboard is going to help you arrange the different programs according to their tuition. That way, it's very easy for you to pick out the schools that have very low tuition. Actually, it was using Applyboard that my client got an MBA that was less than $6,000. It works. Have you tried it? It works. So if you have not tried it, go today and try it. Go to www.applyboard.com, type in the name of the program that you want to study. Let's say you want to study public health, or you want to study business, or you want to study international diplomacy, and as the case may be. Type it in, provided it's your program of best fit. Search for all the schools that offer it. Sort your results, your search results by the tuition, and you will begin to see miraculously low tuition schools. And this could just be a way to solve the problem of affordability for you. Okay, so now the partial scholarships. There are actually different types of partial scholarships. I'm going to run through them, and then I'll tell you how to move ahead when you are looking for partial scholarships. Especially this is very important, especially for people that if you're applying for a professional masters or course-based masters, or you're applying for postgraduate diploma, partial scholarships is very important for you because those kind of programs may not come with full scholarship outrightly, right? What that means is that you have to apply for the scholarship. You have to actively apply for the scholarship, unlike other type of scholarship, which I'm also going to talk about. But partial scholarships, an example is graduate assistantship. They will call it GA, or you see research assistantship, RA, teaching assistantship, TA. That's the shortening for short, right? What this means is that you are just going to be assisting a professor. Either you assist a professor that is teaching, or you are, as somebody told me, I don't want to teach you. No, you are not the one that is teaching. You are assisting a professor, which means that you may assist in, let's say, grading papers for students. You may assist in explaining something to a student who did not understand it during class, during your own office hour. You can you may have to, students may email you for something that they need. So these are just the kind of things that you do as a teaching assistant. If you're a research assistant, your professor may say, oh, we are working on this particular research, help me find this thing for me. They'll give you all the tools that you really need to work. That's how abroad works. Nobody's going to leave you stranded. So don't be afraid to take teaching assistantship because you feel you cannot teach. When you get there, you're going to cross the bridge. So if it's graduate assistantship is just another name for research assistantship and teaching assistantship combined. Okay. The good news is that this kind of is like a job that you are being paid for actually, but it comes in form of scholarship or funding, and most times they pay you every month. So it can actually, this kind of scholarship is very good with taking care of your living expenses as a graduate student. Okay, then you have other external funding. Most times you find, that's the fourth one, most times you find this on the school website, right? So if you go to the school website and click on and search scholarship on that school website, it's going to bring lots of scholarships. They are just external scholarships, so you can apply for them. Most times though, they don't cover your tuition. It's only rarely that they cover your whole expenses. That's what I mean. Now there are need-based scholarships. There are some scholarships that you apply for and get based on either you are indigent or something like that. Then there are entrance scholarship. Most of these scholarships, they are like partial scholarship, right? There's also tuition scholarship. Tuition scholarship means they are either waiving your school fees totally or waiving a part of your school fees to reduce the fee. Schools in US are notorious for tuition scholarship. You just get admission and they say, oh, we gave you 50% tuition scholarship. What that means is that if the tuition is, say, $20,000, and let's say they give you 50% tuition scholarship, you only get to pay half of it, which is like $10,000. So watch out for things like that. You can also negotiate for tuition scholarship if you feel that your school fees is high. Don't think you cannot negotiate, right? Now, funds from organization. There are some external organizations that offer scholarship. I remember applying for one PEO scholarship, and I think they were giving like $10,000. So those kind of organizations that offer scholarship exist as well. Most importantly, if you are looking at the different scholarships, which I tag partial scholarship because most times they don't cover all your expenses, right? So if you are looking for it, one good place to check is the school website, because a lot of times the school website will have information about that. However, why not ask your graduate coordinator? That's why they are there. So if you were to email, that's one way to establish contact with your graduate coordinator. You can email the graduate coordinator and say, oh, I'm looking at applying for scholarships. Are there scholarships students from this department can easily apply for and get? Or you can specifically ask the graduate coordinator, do you have provision for graduate assistantship, research assistantship, or teaching assistantship? You see, when somebody is reading that kind of email, they know that this person that is asking knows a lot about those kind of stuff. So you can definitely ask your graduate coordinator. In fact, I would say ask your graduate coordinator. Even if you have the money to pay your school fees, ask. Because you see all these assistantship, There are also form of work experience in that country where you are going to. So it's like it goes beyond the scholarship as well. And now, the next way for you to fund the education that we mentioned is what? Loan, right? Some people have expressed some kind of fear about loan. Like, loan, you mean I'm going to pay back? Yes, but loan is the type of funding where you have to pay back. But don't worry, we in this master class, before this master class ends, you're going to get a full-blown lecture on loan. So let's let's jump in for now. And then full scholarship. Yeah, that's most people's dream, right? To get full scholarship. I got full scholarship to University of Waterloo for my masters, got full scholarship for PhD, University of Waterloo. I also got full scholarship for University of Toronto. So, aka I'm the official scholarship queen, okay? Don't worry, when you get yours, you can come and drag the title with me. Anyways, so in terms of full scholarship, yet I've divided them into two portions, right? Research-based scholarship and non-research-based scholarships. Research-based and non-research-based. So one thing I want you to note is that the research-based scholarships are grade sensitive, meaning that you can only be applying to them if your grade is high, especially above 70%. If your grade is above 70%, and that may mean, let's say 2-1, as some people call it, or second class upper. If you have second class upper or you have first class, you can apply for research-based scholarships, right? Then the non-research-based scholarship is not grade sensitive. Meaning they are non-grade sensitive. What it means is that it's like everybody can apply for it, put it that way. Because people that have low grade, you have third class, you have second class lower, you have 2-1, 2-2, or you have second class upper or first class. If anybody can apply for it. Because it's non-grade sensitive doesn't mean that if your grade is good, don't apply. No. It means that everybody, whether your grade is good or not, you can apply. Do you know why? Because they are judging you based on other things apart from your grade. That's why. It's not because the scholarship is less. No. Let me give you an example. Something like Chevening scholarship or Commonwealth scholarship. Those kind of scholarships, they are non-grade sensitive because they are judging you most times maybe based on your community work, based on your professional experience, based on things you've done in your community. You see? So they are not, if you have first class, they don't really so care, right? So somebody that have third class but is a very strong youth leader may get it, and another person that have first class will not get it. So that's what I mean by it's non-grade sensitive, okay? And who needs scholarship? Who needs scholarship? You know what? Most times when I talk to people about scholarship, they're like, see, I'm not poor. I don't need scholarship. Oh, I'm like, who even told you that scholarship has something to do with poverty? Scholarship has to do with excellence. Scholarship has to do with being scholarly. It doesn't have to do with poverty. Some people have so linked scholarship to poverty. Do you know that when you study abroad or even anywhere, when you study on scholarship, right, you are seen as someone that is exceptional. And most times when you, let's say after your study and you graduate, and you put it on your CV that you studied on scholarship, people look at you as someone who has something upstairs, who has something to offer to the community. Not as somebody that is poor. Like, have you seen anybody who told you that, oh, I got scholarship, and you're like, oh, that means you're really poor? That's not it. There are some scholarships, especially awards or grants or bursary as they call them, that is given based on need, right? Those are different. But on the average, when they say something is scholarship, it means that you have to, it's competitive, you have to compete for it to get it, okay? So everyone needs scholarship. Even if you have the money to pay your school fees, if you get the scholarship, take it because it's prestigious, okay? It's prestigious. So don't go thinking that the only people that need scholarship are people that are poor and from indigent homes. Or somebody told me, since I have money to pay for my school fees, why take the scholarship? let me tell you, even if you leave the scholarship, they will not suddenly just give it to somebody that is poor. Okay, so if you are being offered scholarship, it's because you are scholarly. Take advantage of it. Now, where to find scholarship? Of course, you can find these scholarships on the school website. So people are like, where do you find full scholarship on the school website? Don't worry, that's why we are here, right? Alternatively, you can also find it on Google. But let me tell you, most of the scholarships that you can easily find on Google, a lot of time too, a lot of people find them and a lot of people apply for them. So we will teach you how to find both. Isn't that awesome? So that's why we say we advantage migration. We are your advantage. You've heard us say that several times, right? We are your advantage. So I just want you to know that the fact that you are here today is not a mistake, and we're going to go the extra mile to explain the kind of scholarships you can apply for, where you can apply for them, how you will see them, and we demonstrate for you so that you won't go guessing, right? You will know exactly how to look for them, exactly where to find them, the keywords to use to be able to pull it out from these school websites. Isn't that exciting? Right? So don't worry, sit tight, because for the rest of the master class, from today, for the rest of the master class, what we'll be talking about is scholarship, and loan and grant. Anyway, in total, how to fund your education. So, so what's the assignment for today? Should I leave you without an assignment? Okay, let me think. What's the assignment for today? Okay, so what I'm going to give you as assignments for today is, why not go on YouTube? Go on YouTube and ask, just type in how to find scholarships abroad, or study abroad scholarship, or just type in things like that on YouTube. You will just find some extra information that you never knew were there before. Okay, don't take it for granted. Go to YouTube, type how to get full scholarships abroad, and watch the first 3 videos that come up. That's your assignment for today. Alright, I'll see you in the next lecture. Bye.